Hi, and welcome to Knitting Downsized. My name is Katie, and this is a podcast about knitting, family, and life in a camper as a family of 4 with a dog. Thank you for stopping in today and hanging out. I have lots to talk about. I don't really have any finished objects today, but several whips and a little bit of shopping that I did. So first off, I want to start with the sweater that I'm wearing. It's one of my favorites, especially color-wise. This is the Rattlesnake sweater by Jamie Hoffman. I'll stand up and show you. It is a short sleeve sweater, and I think it was meant to be cropped, but I did it all the way to, I guess, past the top of my pants. It's really amazing, the color work detail that she did. And these are meant to be, these textured stitches are meant to be little stingers or represent little stingers. And then the cactus are actually textured as well. Super awesome pattern. I loved working it. This is my first kind of experience with knitting 3 colors at once. Because right in here through the, I guess, the Rattlesnake Diamonds, you had several rows of 3 color. So I had a little bit of experience with that. The colors and the yarn in this sweater, the brown is Plucky Knitter. It was one of the skeins that I purchased back at the beginning of COVID when they were doing their second sale. This is, I believe, Frank Ochre in Malabrigo. The pink is Madelinetosh. It was their fingering weight that is non-plied fingering weight. I just used it double. And then the turquoise is another one of the Plucky Knitters colors. I think I purchased a lot of that. I've talked about that a lot on here. But yes, I love this sweater. It is such an awesome sweater. I love the colors. I actually did good with the colors this time. And I get a lot of compliments actually on this sweater as well. I guess it's pretty graphic, and you can kind of really see what the color work's meant to be in this particular sweater. So I do think I might make another one. I love the cactus and I love the you know, the diamonds. I would like to make, I think, a long sleeve version. I have a lot of short sleeve sweaters and I wear them, but I think I'm becoming more of a long sleeve girl. I like the whole wear a long sleeve with your short sleeve sweater, but sometimes I just want like a lightweight long sleeve sweater. So I think I'm going to start working on more sweaters with sleeves. So that's what I'm wearing, and I have several whips that I've been working on this week, starting with the Malabrigo cowl. So the Malabrigo cowl is for October. It is the Seeing Spots vest by Afifa Sayeef. It is a free pattern. You can go to Malabrigo's website and pick it up there, or I believe they have a link there that you can pick it up at. It is, once again, their cowl or their knit along that they're doing for the month of October. And to be included in the knit along, you just have to use at least 1 skein of Malabrigo Rios Solidos. So I'm assuming that's one of their solids, but it is a worsted weight vest. And what I really like about it is it's not a V-neck, it's actually kind of a circle neck vest with a lot of ribbing, which I kind of really like on it. So I'm excited, and I've gotten a pretty good chunk done this last week. So this is mine. I'm almost to under the arms. So I really am enjoying this knit. It's become, look at all that ribbing, it's so nice. It's really become kind of mindless. There's, I believe, 10 rows that you just kind of repeat, but a lot of them are just plain knit rows. So it's a free pattern, so I can talk about it a little bit. I thought that the V's, or the what looks like to be lice stitch, it would be lice stitch, sorry. But it is not actually. She has a different technique where you're slipping the stitches and knitting just the one stitch in that particular row, and then you knit the whole next row. So I think it makes, or it seems at least, to be making my single stitch stand out a little bit better. It seems like it's making it a bigger stitch instead of whenever I do lice stitch, I think I pull it a little too tight, and it tends to make all of my little single stitches very small and you can't really see them. But this is making them really nice and even. The way that she has designed this is making it really nice and even. So I really am enjoying it. So my husband has ruined it for me though. I almost pulled it out when I was only a couple inches into the color work, but I have decided to persevere. He says this is my chocolate chip sweater. He says it looks like a chocolate chip cookie, and if the lighting was like really true to color, you guys would say the same. It's very hard to not look at this and think, oh, that's a good chocolate chip cookie. Like, so it's kind of like, it's not ruined it, but in the back of my mind I keep thinking that it is a chocolate chip sweater. So but I'm gonna keep doing it. I am almost to the front and back separation. I think I've got like one more repeat to do, and then I'll be at the where you separate for the front and back and work those independently. So I'm very close to being done with it. I do want to say I'm not so sure that the yardage required, you know, I'm not finished with it yet, so I don't want to say like for sure, but in my particular size, I guess she calls it the C2, so the yellow, I would need almost 800 yards. And then the brown, I think she required, I think somewhere, I want to say it was like 500 or something. It's a pretty good amount, which in my mind, that's, you know, 6 or 7 skeins of Malabrigo worsted. Like, that's a whole sweater worth. So I'm gonna see. I originally had 2 of the yellow and the Frank Ochre and 1 of the brown, which is cocoa, in the Malabrigo colorway, cocoa. And I went to Friends and Fiberworks, another local yarn store. If you guys are in the area, Friends and Fiberworks is humongous, and they have walls of Malabrigo. They are, I think, are one of our, or probably the main carrier of Malabrigo here in the area. And just look, walls, warehouse wall of Malabrigo in all their different lines. So I went and purchased another skein of each color. So I'll have 3 of the Frank Ochre and 2 of the brown, the cocoa. So I'm hoping that will be enough. I've got a fair amount left of the Frank Ochre still, and this is my second one. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It just seems like a lot of yardage, but she's the designer. I need to just trust in the process. Here I am again, just making my own way instead of just trusting the process. So I wanted to tell you about my bag that actually I have it in, stored in. This is Cottontail Farms. I purchased it last year at SAF, the Southeastern Animal Fiber Fair, which is next weekend, October 21st, and 22nd, and 23rd, I think. Super excited about it. We always go. It actually usually is the weekend of my birthday, but this weekend, or this year, it's a week before my birthday. So I just get to spend my birthday money on yarn and needles and all that kind of goodness. So this is by Cottontail Fibers. It is one of the tweeds, the Harrisville Tweed, or Harris Tweed, the special tweeds that you can purchase. Check out, she's got a really awesome Etsy store that you can purchase these bags. She makes them in like these project bags. She also makes like big purses or bags that are big enough to be purses. And I believe like little notions, patches and stuff in the extras. So check her out on Etsy, Cottontail Farm. Just a really well-made bag. I really, really like it. It reminds me of like a little old man's vest, or a little old man's blazer. That's why I bought it. Plus it's mustard. It's another thing that I have to have in mustard. So that's that project. And I've never really talked about the needles that I use, but I'm assuming you guys have probably seen. I use Chiagu's. My husband a few years ago purchased the interchangeable set, and it was the best thing that he could have ever bought me. I have absolutely used the crap out of these. Now I had some extra cables and some extra needles, and I've purchased some extras since then, you know, to have so I could work the body of a sweater and the sleeve of a sweater at the same time, or the body of a sweater and a hat, because sometimes I like to do two of those at the same time. So I highly recommend it. If you are a big fan of Chiagu, I just say splurge, wait for your birthday, wait for Christmas or your next holiday, anniversary or whatever, and splurge. It's not like the most fun case, but it is awesome. I have told so many people just to splurge and do it. It's awesome. You know, whenever you want to go start a project, you don't have to go hunt for needles. You don't have to go purchase other needles, because you know you have that needle and some type of cable. The only thing I don't really like about Chiagu's is that they use a different cable for, they have a small and a large cable, so the cables themselves aren't interchangeable for all sizes. So I think 2 through US 2 through US 8 uses the small cable, and anything over like the US 9 and up uses the large cable, which is like a beefier, thicker cable. And I get that you probably need that to give more support for the project. So I get that, but I think that's, out of all the things that I could say about Chiagu, that's the only thing that I'm not a fan of, just because I'm lazy and I like to just, if I have to switch from you know, like my ribbing needle to the body needle, I hate having to switch the cord too, because I'm lazy, and I would rather just switch the tips. So especially lately, I've been doing the Mountain Mist sweater several times, as you guys know, and it uses I believe an 8 and then a 9. So because you're using like an Aran weight. So I've been switching a lot lately, so it's kind of on the forefront of my mind. So my next whip is the Mountain Mist sweater. So the Mountain Mist sweater by Tincanknits. It is in the Strange Brew book. I purchased the Strange Brew book online, the I guess PDF version, and if you guys like color work and are interested in that book, if you see one, I would highly recommend that you purchase the hard copy. It's a really, really great book, but it's difficult for me to read. I mainly read it on my phone or my tablet, and I would much rather prefer like a firm copy, you know, of the book, so that way you could kind of flip through. It's a very large book. It's over, I think, I think it's right on 140 pages or even more. So it's a pretty large book. So kind of scrolling through to find the pattern, and I always end up messing up and hitting the wrong button or something, so I lose it. So definitely recommend, if you see it, buy it. You know, the actual hard copy, or you know, go to the Tincanknits website and you can purchase the PDF copy online. Sorry, Maggie May has seen another dog. So I definitely recommend that. Purchase it. It's awesome. So I've started my son's. Just to catch you guys up, I am doing Mountain Mist sweaters for our whole family. It is going to be our Christmas card picture for this year. And we're going to take it at the beach, at the Outer Banks, after Thanksgiving. The Outer Banks is kind of one of our special places that we love to go. So I finished my daughter's first, my husband's because he's gigantic. And then I just recently, a couple weeks ago, finished mine. So I am starting on my son's. My son is a little bit pickier with colors. So I am not doing the 4 colors that it calls for. I'm just going to do 3. He doesn't like a whole bunch of, I don't think he would feel as comfortable if it was a whole bunch of different colors in one. So, I have this really pretty green. He wanted green in it. If I was going to do a color, so green it is. This is a Barrett wool green. I'm going to try to there we go. It's kind of just a pretty hunter green. Barrett wool home. They're worsted. It is such a nice yarn to work with. I can't wait to do, I'm trying to get through all the sweaters that I want to do. And I think I would like to do a stripy cardigan with it, kind of like a thick stripe cardigan with all my leftovers, because I have a pretty fair amount of leftovers to use. So I'm just working on this. I just started, and so it will be this kind of hunter green. And then I went to, like I said, Friends and Fiberworks the other day, and I wanted to go ahead and pick up his colors because he has requested black, and I don't really knit with black. That's just, which is silly. I love black, and I would love to have black sweaters that would go with so much more than my weird random color sweaters. But I don't buy it. I don't know why I don't buy it. So I went to Friends of Fiberworks, and I wanted something that was kind of easy for him to wear and soft, but kind of a heavier worsted. So I purchased Plymouth Yarn Encore, and I purchased it in this gray color 389 and then the black for him. So I'm going to do the hunter green, the gray, and then the black. The black will probably be the majority of the sweater. That's what he asked for, so I'm going to do that. Originally, I thought that this was 100% wool because I was carrying something that was 100% wool, but this is 75% acrylic and 25% wool. With him, we probably need something like this so that I can wash it probably a lot more. He tends to get, like, his sleeves get really gross. I think with a lot of kids, though, that's kind of how it goes. But yeah, his sleeves get real kind of gross, and he sometimes chews on his sleeves. And we found lately, my son is on the spectrum, lately, that if he has a coat on, it's kind of like one of those things where it's sensory input. So he really likes to wear like a coat. So, because he's getting sensory input all across his arms. So even though he's burning up, he will not take his coat off. So I'm sure if I put this sweater on, he probably won't take it off all day. And they go outside and paint, and they do all kinds of things. So in the long run, I'm glad that I did purchase something that is a little bit more washable. Even though the Barrett wool isn't, but I can treat it a little bit differently. So my last whip that I'm currently working on, I told you guys I'm making some hats for my son's class to make so that all the kiddos have something to wear when they go outside. And I'm trying to just make fun hats. I made a heart hat out of purples, and this is going to be a flame hat. I found a flame colorwork chart on Pinterest. I just Googled it. These are two, you can barely see, I've only done a little bit of the color work. So I'm just working on, it's red, orange, and then the top will be yellow. So I just wanted kind of a fun flame hat for the kiddos. I thought, everybody likes flames. Every little boy likes flames, I think. So I'm just trying to think of different patterns that would be acceptable, of course, in his class. So I get to go in a couple weeks and read to the kiddos. In November, I'm going to go on a Friday and read to the kiddos. So I'm hoping I can have all of their hats made and ready to go. I am asking you guys if you guys know of a cute kid book that has knitting in it. If you'll leave a comment down below and let me know, I would love to pick it up and actually read it to them while I'm giving them their hats. That's kind of the goal, is that you come as a parent and either read a book to the kiddos, or you do an activity or a craft. I was thinking about doing some pom-pom pumpkins where I make the pom-pom pumpkin, and then they can decorate it with glitter or eyeballs or whatever. But I would like to read them a book that's got something about knitting, or like a rabbit knitting or something in it. So if you guys have run across that, let me know down below in the comments. I would love to hear that, and I can go pick it up at my local library and read it to them, you know, just to support the fact that I'm a huge knitter. So I kind of wear my knitterness, you know, on the outside so everybody can see. So my good friend that lives in the area, in our neighborhood, living this close to people, you become really pretty tight with them, and you know, you get used to everybody and you share your life with them, you know, living 15 feet apart. You get used to people's schedules, and you get used to seeing them all the time and talking to them, and you share stories and everything like that. Well, we have a friend that is in the tiny home part, so she actually owns a tiny home. And she went to Iceland, which is kind of our family's dream trip. Hang on just a second, I dropped one. It's our dream trip to go to Iceland. My son would like to see volcanoes, and we have promised him one day we will go see the volcanoes. We're going to wait a little bit until he's a little bit older and can appreciate it a little bit more, and we kind of can work with him a little bit more, especially on a plane ride. That's probably super duper long for us anyway. So she went, and I was like, can you give me some yarn? And I said it jokingly because I know, like, with baggage prices and everything like that, like, I didn't want to add to her stuff. So she texts me like the second day that she's there, and she goes, what kind of yarn do you want and what colors? So she happened to be in, you know, come across a couple yarn stores, and she sent me pictures of yarn, and she purchased me some Let Lopi, which is Icelandic wool. She purchased 3 skeins for me. So 2 of the Litur, Litur shade. Hopefully I got that right, guys. I'm really super sorry if I butchered your language. So just kind of the 2 skeins of kind of a cream neutral. And then, because I have to have a mustard, she bought me the mustard color. Oh, I did get that wrong. It's not liter. That just means shade. I'm sorry. Maybe it's 17. Okay, so this one's 1703, and this is 51. So they don't have names. I'm really sorry. So 1703 and 51. So I plan to do some mittens. I'm going to make some colorwork mittens. I would wear this next of skin if it was cold. If it wasn't cold, it's probably pretty itchy. So I'm going to make some mittens out of it. I think they would be amazing. Colorwork mittens. I'm going to check. I really like the Speedy Cell Boost. The color work was real intuitive to my brain, and it made it really easy. So I'm thinking about maybe doing this Speedy Cell Boost, but doing a longer cuff with like maybe the yellow as a stripe on the cuff, just to add a little bit, use a little bit more of the yarn. So we'll see. We'll see. I also have that book that I checked out from the library that has some really cool knitting patterns as well. So I'm gonna see. I think this is one of the next things that I want to cast on. I think they would make amazing mittens. Like I said, I would wear it next of skin. It is a little bit scratchy. I would wear it next of skin if it was cold outside. If something's itchy to me, it's gonna itch when I get hot. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited, super excited. I love yarn from different countries. I had a friend that purchased yarn and brought it back from Eastern Europe for me. So I absolutely love yarn, and I think it's cool. Whenever I go anywhere, I always purchase a skein. It's kind of like my souvenir skein. I wonder if you guys do that too. And then whenever you get to knit it, it kind of reminds you of the time that you had there at that place. So that's, I guess, all of my knitting right now. I haven't worked on my gray-eyed mittens. I actually might take them out. I really like them, but I might take them out. If something isn't like making me happy and is more of a struggle, those are kind of more of a struggle to me. Just because of the, I guess the time that it's taking. It might be a project that I try later on when I have more time to really concentrate on stuff. So yeah, that's all of my whips for now and everything. There's a couple projects I'd like to try to cast on soon. I just accepted a job, which to some of you guys might be like, oh no, oh that's really cool, you know, like it's super scary to me because I have not had like a real, like a job. I've been working part-time at a hardware store for the last 6 years, just at night, to kind of get me out of the house and with adults, and give my husband some time with the kiddos. So having a real job is going to be totally different. I'm going to work nights and at one of our local hospitals in the admin department. So I am super excited. I'm super nervous because I get anxiety over the weirdest things. So all that being said, you are allowed to wear cardigans, and I did ask if I could make my own cardigan, which I'm sure is like the first time that they've had anybody ask that, because you have to wear a uniform, or uniform shirt. So I'm going to hopefully make a gray cardigan to wear because it is kind of cold in there. I get hot though, so I probably won't wear that much, but I am going to make a gray cardigan. I'm going to cast that on soon, so that way I can have it hopefully by like December when it gets pretty, you know, really cold here. So that's one of my next projects. Today was my son's first field trip, and he went to the pumpkin patch. There's a pumpkin patch here called Nix, N-I-X, pumpkin patch. If you guys are from the area or live in, I think, South Carolina, you know, upper South Carolina, it's a great place to go. They have all kinds of pumpkins. They have white, green, orange, all kinds of colors and shapes and sizes. And they have, you know, the apple cider donuts and the apple cider slushies and all those really super fun things. My kiddos love going to the apple orchard. If you are in the area, an apple orchard that I recommend is Justice Orchard. They are in Hendersonville. Really, really awesome place to go. Especially if you have kiddos, they have a playground and one of those jump pillow things, and they actually have food that you can purchase and make it kind of a whole day experience. They actually have some animals too. They have a donkey and pigs and stuff that you could go check out. So it is more of like a full day experience without kind of all the traffic that some of our other orchards have. I'm not going to say they're not busy, because they, you know, every orchard here in Western North Carolina is about to get really busy, or they are really busy. But Justice is kind of one of our hidden gems that we absolutely love to go to. So definitely check them out if you're here in Western North Carolina. They do grapes, I think, and berries. They do different berries throughout the year too. So in case you're ever in town. This weekend is my son's birthday. Super excited. We're going to do Legos again for his birthday. He absolutely loves Legos, so we're going to do that. Along with a tractor show. He loves tractors, and we found out there's a tractor show at our ag center, so we're going to do that. And for his birthday, he has asked us, not for toys, but he wants to stay in a hotel for the night. So we are staying at a hotel for a night here in town, and we're gonna order some pizza and swim in the pool and let him just enjoy being 6. So hopefully we have a really great weekend. It's gonna be kind of all about him this weekend, like it was a few weekends ago with my daughter. So we have a weekend full of fun things. I do get my hair cut this weekend, so this craziness is hopefully getting tamed. We'll see. Maybe I come back bald. That would be amazing, and just start completely over. But it was really great to talk to you guys. I'm sorry that it's a day late. It's been kind of crazy. I've had interviews and stuff with the kids' school and all kinds of stuff. So I'm glad to have a little bit of time today just to come out and talk to you guys. I I hope you guys have a really great weekend. I hope you enjoy your knitting. And once again, if you guys have a knitting book that you like, either drop me a comment here on YouTube, check out my Instagram, Knitting Downsized on Instagram, like and subscribe here, like over there, follow over there, leave me a comment somewhere with the name of the book that you guys recommend, or if there's a book that you guys really like that I should read to the kiddos, let me know. I really would like to make it, I'm one of those helicopter moms that, like, if I can be there every day, I would be there every day. It's hard to let go, but yeah, so if you guys have a book recommendation, I would love to read it to the kiddos, so let me know. I'll have to make sure it's approved and all that good stuff, but let me know, and like I said, like and follow here, and have a great weekend. Enjoy it. Hopefully it's going to be beautiful where you are. It's supposed to be beautiful here, and get some knitting done. Put your phone down and get some knitting done. Thank you guys. Have a great day.